What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? MonkeyFlop here, and today I'm joined with MadameEve.
What's up, guys?
And we are actually going to be breaking down the highlights, our thoughts and opinions on Hell in a Cell 2018. Now, to kick off the show, they had the New Day versus Rusev in Aiden English. Do you have any comments?
I'm actually surprised that Lana didn't interfere.
Yeah, that was actually really surprising. She kind of just stayed in the background.
Yeah, it was like, I thought she was gonna get in, and they were gonna lose by cheating just because of previous matches.
Yeah.
But other than that, the whole, Aiden English actually putting in some work in the match was pretty interesting. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that match.
Yeah, I mean, it was a typical show opener, 3-count win, and that was pretty much it.
I was actually expecting more even from the New Day, with what you call it, was it Xavier being out there? I thought I was going to hear more of the trumpet,
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be, like, more hilarious, they were going to have some kind of moment that was funny, but it was just like...
Well, I mean, they did have panic cakes, like frisbees thrown out into the crowd, but other than that, you're right. There was no, like, memorable New Day moment from Hell in a Cell, which we kind of expect when they go out into the ring, right?
Yeah, like, I was, I don't know. I guess I was just expecting more from both, like, Lana being on the sidelines and Xavier Woods being on the sidelines.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, we got Randy Orton defeating Jeff Hardy.
Dude, that match was intense. And there was just parts of it where I was like, I had my ears covered just because I was like, oh my God, and then, wow.
I was scared. I was nervous. I was cringing in my seat. I was like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. There was times where I had to, like, look away. That screwdriver in the ear.
Ah!
that was
sick.
I thought that was the worst, but when Jeff Hardy was dangling at the top, swinging back and forth and was about to slam through the table with Randy Orton on the top of the table, and then Randy Orton just moves out of the way, and oh man,
that fall.
Jeff Hardy just crashed through the table and into the wrestling mat. Oh man.
The whole match was, all I can say is intense. Like, there was blood, there was skin, that broke. Oh my God, it was just wow.
And Jeff Hardy put in so much work on Randy Orton. I thought it was Jeff's match, like, from start to finish. I thought he was gonna win.
Honestly, with the intensity that there was, I thought he was gonna win. He was trying to prove a point. He was trying to make sure that Randy Orton knew that you don't mess with Jeff Hardy.
I mean, in a way, he did definitely prove a point. he kind of, like, messed it up for himself.
Randy Orton was hurting.
Yeah, Randy Orton was hurting.
He was hurting.
I think it would have ended differently if Jeff Hardy wouldn't have done that daredevil, swing from the top maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And then Randy Orton at the end is like, what are you doing, referee? Do your job. And he made the referee do the 3-count, even though Jeff Hardy was, like, hurt, laid out, like, on the floor. And there's actually an update on Jeff Hardy. He's staying overnight at one of the local hospitals. He's been coughing up blood, and they think he might have some sort of, like, internal bleeding. I hope that everything's okay with him. Hopefully, my boy is good.
Yeah, I hope it's like a speedy recovery, but he needs to take it easy, dude. He does.
Next up, we got Becky Lynch defeating Charlotte Flair, and holy cow, what a match! What a match! What a match! What a match!
That was another prove a point moment. Like, everybody always sees, like, Charlotte Flair as like the strong one. I feel like if Becky Lynch was like that whole underdog thing, but everyone knew that you could tell that there's more that Becky can bring, and she showed it. She showed everyone today. She was not letting down. Like, she was like bam, 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 like move after move, like just she kept going
from start to finish. Even coming out into the audience and then walking down to the ring, she had her game face on, and I've never seen Becky Lynch look like that. Every time her music comes on, it's a happy-go-lucky feeling. She's all smiles and plays with the crowd. This time she was dead serious, and she had a straight face walking down the aisle and into the ring. Holy cow, she was electrifying.
And then the ending where like Charlotte Flair, try to do the whole like extend the olive branch thing and like handshake to congratulate her, and Becky was like, no, I'm done with you taking my moment, taking the spotlight all the time.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't be having it either if I were her. Yeah, what kind of friend is that?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown this week. Dude, I love every time there's a pay-per-view. Raw and SmackDown are so good. We're definitely going to keep you guys updated on that. Next up, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler defeat Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And wow.
I'm upset, man.
Wow.
But it was good. Not going to lie. It was a good match.
It was good. And I was actually surprised because Dolph Ziggler's one of those wrestlers that kind of just stays outside of the ring and kind of, does sneaky maneuvers to try to like win matches. And he actually put in work. He actually wrestled. He climbed to the top of the cage, towards the end on another match, which I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But he actually put in a lot of work. I was surprised. I was definitely surprised.
It was good, and then that last, the count out, the count, man, wow, wow,
yeah,
man,
that was insane. That's definitely a match that you guys would probably want to go back and rewatch if you missed out on it. AJ Styles defeats Samoa Joe. Is this going to be the end of the feud?
No,
I don't think.
No,
so
it's
either.
not.
Oh man,
I gotta give it to Samoa Joe because once you see the video of the other side, AJ Styles tapped.
Yeah,
he tapped out.
Yeah,
and you could tell that, but in AJ Styles' face that he knows that win shouldn't have been his.
Yeah,
but of course he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Like who wouldn't? But wow, this isn't the end of this story.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it wasn't like a recall the tape type of thing. It was like the official is the one that made the official announcement. The referee was the one that made it official, and AJ Styles retained his championship. Which, I mean, you play it back, and it's like AJ Styles was tapping on the other side of the referee and the other side of the camera. Mm-hmm. That was how coincidental is that?
I could see how the referee couldn't see it because it wasn't like a big tap, like when they like the arm is just swinging away. Like it was just like his fingers like just tapping lightly, but he still tapped.
Yeah, he still tapped. That was a really good match, though. The next one we're actually going to dive into is Miz and Maurice defeating Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. What the heck?
I was actually surprised that they won. I'm sorry. And I'm surprised how they won with Maurice taking the win because she was slow.
She was very slow. And there was one time where she hopped in the ring to break up the count. And
it was like a little soft tap.
It was thing. Like, can you please move? Like, tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me. Like, what the heck was that? There was so many times where it's like Maurice needs to do more cardio.
She's a little rusty.
She needs to get in the gym. She needs to focus on some cardio strength training, things like that. I don't know. But I would say I was expecting, the Brimo to go ham. I thought the way that the match was going to end was Brimo just go absolutely ham and demolish Maurice. I was actually surprised when it flipped and
especially because she had done her whole Primo, and so you're thinking like, all right,
Yeah.
it's about to get interesting, at least with the females, and
Yeah.
it was just like whatever.
And everybody was hyped too. Next up, we got Ronda Rousey defeats Alexa Bliss. And man, oh man, that was one intense fight. Alexa Bliss actually brought it. Alexa Bliss is usually one of those ones that kind of hide behind her friends and
Run away, yeah,
and do all that stuff. But Alexa Bliss actually brought it, and she was chipping away at Ronda Rousey. There was times where Ronda Rousey's ribs were giving in, where she couldn't actually perform, her moves and the things that she needed to do to actually to win the match. So it was a really good fight, head on. And in the end, Ronda Rousey actually took the W. There was times where, Mickie James tried to get involved. There was
like
times
always.
that what's the other chick's name?
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Who?
What did they call her? What did they call her at the beginning of the match? I forgot what it was. But they
the David Bowie lookalike.
David Bowie lookalike. Oh man. But it was a great match overall. And I love the fact that Ronda Rousey is wrestling. It's not just like MMA and or
you can see that her training is starting to show.
And the matches are longer than I anticipated and expected, because usually people that get introduced into WWE or even some of the other wrestlers, they don't have long matches, and I was expecting Ronda Rousey's matches to not be so long. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we got the main event. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness. That was...
Wow. I so want to jump into the ending, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead.
I mean,
like,
Braun Strowman coming out with the chair, Roman Reigns coming out and breaking the candlestick on Braun Strowman. I've never seen a candlestick break.
There was just so much happening.
There was so much happening
in this match. There was just a lot because. Yeah, there's the whole, Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns are in the ring, and there's chairs, and there's this, and there's that. But then all of a sudden, freaking Ziggler comes out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, McIntyre. And they're coming out, and they're trying to do their thing, and then, well, if they're coming out, who else is going to come out?
Dean Ambrose and Seth freaking Rollins to destroy him. And wow. Wow, just wow. All of a sudden, they're going head-to-head, and we're not even watching, inside the ring anymore.
No.
Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman have completely, beat each other up to the point where they're just laying it out in the ring, and these dudes are brawling it out outside of the cage.
They're climbing the cage. They're on top of the cage. There's a candlestick that Dean Ambrose... Dude, it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And then there's the... freaking falling and into the announce tables, and wow.
Yeah.
And then that's not even all.
Yeah.
That's not even all. What ends up happening after they're like, everybody's like laid out. Everybody. Even Ziggler and McIntyre. Like, everybody's laid out. And what do you hear? Brock Lesnar's music. And everybody's like, what? And he comes out.
Yeah.
And then,
Paul Heyman's like trying to get the cage opened up. The official's not letting it happen. And then what happens?
Freaking Brock Lesnar kicks the gate open, goes inside, and freaking F5s both Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. But before he does that, he picks up the pieces that are left of the broken tables and just starts whacking them with it.
And until the broken pieces of the table were like crumbs.
No more. Yeah.
It was just like, wow, there's nothing left of those tables. And then the final, what was it, an F5 onto...
Roman Reigns gets F5'd on top of Braun Strowman, and then, wow. I feel bad. I feel bad for the ref, which was Mick Foley. You know, don't forget that Mick Foley was there because Paul Heyman pepper sprayed him.
Yeah.
It was
Paul Heyman.
This last match, the main event, wow. It was just like top of the line. You know, this is going to be one of those that you're going to talk about forever. It's going to be one of those memory highlights of like, do you remember in 2018 type thing. It was good.
It was unpredictable. I don't think anybody on the internet predicted that, or you know how you know, people like to book wrestling and try to predict like what's gonna happen. Nobody foresaw everything that happened at all. You know, the main event, it was just supposed to be Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. That was it. And it was a lot more. It was much more than that.
Yeah.
Holy cow. We had how many wrestlers in total? We had 2 in the ring, 4 outside, and then we had Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar coming at the end. That's a total of, what, 4, 5, 6 wrestlers?
It was
7 wrestlers?
It was an incredible match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually going to do it for us in the highlights of Hell in a Cell. We love doing these videos because, you know, we want to give you guys' opinions. We want to know your guys' opinions about everything that we just talked about as well. Did you guys watch Hell in the Cell? Did you guys form some sort of opinions? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to hit a like if you guys are new. Hit that subscribe button, bell notification, and we will see you guys in the next news update.
You guys are freaking awesome.